Hello everyone. So today it's again Ansible time. Ansible time, but of course we are using Ansible to configure, install, create anything related to Citrix. So I have several videos on how to recreate a farm from scratch with Ansible in less than 20 minutes or so. But I never had a video and I never showed you how you can um, create uh, also the databases. So create the databases and also bind the new delivery controller to the database in case, so this is a more productive environment scenario in case you do not have access to the SQL Server. Um, So in this video, I prepared a little presentation. So this is only the part where we create the site, and so I got inspired from the Citrix SDK, of course. All my scripts or my PowerShell scripts that I use during the Ansible task execution are made from the SDK. So from the Citrix SDK, I followed their examples and I've done my own. And yeah, this is how it will go, at least for the database creation. So I just want to show you before we start. I already have a site configured. Um, Everything looks good, so I've built it yesterday, and today we will recreate the entire site because the playbook will also connect to my SQL Server, and it will clean up. So it will drop all the tables and it will clean up everything that it finds related to those three databases, and it will create new ones. So let's get started because this will take a lot, around 15 minutes. And during the script installation, I will explain what is during the playbook run. I will explain to you what we are doing. So first, I need to not forget. I need to shut down. So my DDC, I will need to shut it down. Shut down, yes, and also the other one because there are two DDCs in this site, and we need to uh, revert to a snapshot where only sysprep is available. So we start from the absolute beginning. Where are those snapshots? Sysprep roll back, and I need to change something because I've done the snapshot and I forgot about the RAM. So it absolutely needs 5120 megabytes of RAM. If you don't have so much, the silent installer will crash. And we, of course, need to mount the ISO. We can do this also with Ansible because, as you can see, I switched to Proxmox and I can control Proxmox very good with Ansible. Nevertheless, for now, I'm doing this manually. Let's also revert this one. Snapshot. Roll back. Okay, but I believe this one has the sufficient so RAM and okay. So we will install 2402 LTSR-CO2 and let's start with the first one with the DDC01. I will start with the DDC01 because I configured it to be the first DDC, and this is the only DDC that will also create the databases. So this is the logic for me starting the DDC01. Okay, let's see. Does need a little bit of time to start, and the sysprep will. So this is the HCP offer, and the sysprep includes an IP change and setting an administrator account, a local administrator account, because we need a local administrator account to be able to use the WinRM to connect to it. So Ansible needs it to be able to communicate with this VM. It doesn't take too much, about a minute or so. Needs, I believe, 2 reboots, and then we can start the playbook. So the licensing server is already done, so can can start the installation. You don't really need the licensing server because this is my home lab, and yeah, I don't even have licenses. I'm always reinstalling every 30 days um, that I can test and learn more about Citrix and Ansible. Okay, so let's go to summary. As I told you, it changes the IP, so this is this happens to everything I start here in my lab. If I started with sysprep, let me leave it a little bit so that the CPU goes a little bit down. I don't remember how many reboots, 1 or 2. Should be only 1 or 2. Okay. Okay, so I believe we can already start. So let me go and Ansible playbook 21. That's my playbook, and we limit again as usual the it to sysprep app and ask volt pass. Okay. Okay, now the first thing that we need to say before we start, that do we want um, to delete all the databases and create new ones? And yeah, this is the case for us. So if I say no, it will just install the delivery controller, and it will not create any databases. But in our case, we want to do that, and it just asks us for the name of the VM. And as usual, if you followed my previous videos, the first part of the playbook will just change the IP address of the host. As you can see, it already changed it to 103, and it will rename it. It will actually give it the name DDC01, because after the sysprep it has a random name, and it will join it to the domain, and only after that it will start the Citrix installation. So this will not take too much time. Let me pop up this 1 second. Okay, like this. I like it more like this because I can see here in the middle of the screen. Okay, so while it's doing this, um, let me show you again uh, the database creation part, and let's go through the article. So where is it? So first thing that it will do after it installs software itself. So it will install the DDC role, the delivery controller role. It will first execute this PowerShell command, get x the database schema. So this will actually generate, as you can see here, it will generate the SQL scripts necessary to create new databases. And we are doing this because in a productive environment, rarely you have the access to the SQL Server, and yeah, I want to be as close as possible to the productive to a productive environment. And you have here some examples. And after that, after we have those scripts, we will, let me go back. Ansible will those scripts will be generated on the DDC, and Ansible will copy the scripts on the Ansible node, and from that location, it will copy them on the SQL Server. Let's see where Ansible is now. Okay, so it's already running the installer, so this means it installs Citrix software. Okay, let's go back. So after Ansible copies the SQL scripts, it will copy them on ctemp. Let me show you on the where is it? Let me show you SQL here. So under ctemp, yeah, you can create any location. It doesn't need to be ctemp. In some time, in a few minutes, all the three SQL scripts for the databases will show up here, and Ansible will also clean up, as I told you, the current databases, because I'm always creating. So this is basically a reinstall, and I'm always using the same name for the databases, so that it's more easier for me. So yeah, let's go back to the explanation. So it copies the SQL scripts, and then I have another PowerShell script, a very small one that will just create three blank databases. The most important thing during the blank database creation is this one. Let me go. So if you go to, let's go to the site properties. So this is very important. So this is also described in Citrix article, the collation. So this is for English, Latin 1, General 100, CASS, ASKS, and this is important. And one more thing that I've seen is under, not under configure, under option, it's this setting is read committed snapshot on. So this should also be set to true, at least if you make them with the GUI installer. If you create the databases with the Citrix Studio, this is how he will create them. And yeah, this is an important thing to note when you create the blank databases. Okay, let me just check out. Okay, he's still installing. After that, we go back. So Ansible will go back on the DDC, because we already have the databases, and it will execute a new xDesSite command. And let me show you in the SDK, the documentation. Where is it? New xDesSite. Okay, so you can read this on your own, and you will see that we use this command to configure sites for the first use. this must be run after databases have been created. So exactly what we are doing here. So the databases need to be there, and from a DDC you can run this command, of course, with its required parameters to uh, communicate to establish the connection between your DDC and the, the new databases. Ansible will do this for us, no problem there. And the last thing that we will do it, we will set the licensing, because this command does not add a licensing server to the configuration, and we need to add that with a different command. We're not, in my case, I'm not obligated to do that, because if we go back here, we will see that our site will run in a grace period until we execute that command. So yeah, I'm using that grace period all the time, those 30 days, because I do not have a license. So for me, this step is not necessary, but in a productive environment, of course, you need to add your licensing server, and this is why I also implemented this task in the playbook. Okay, let's see. I don't remember how much time this will take, about 5 or 6 minutes. We should be there in just a while, but I want to stay here to that you can see all the steps, because after this, from my knowledge, it will go and retrieve a certificate, will bind the certificate to the Citrix broker service, and then it will go for the SQL Server. And the first thing it will do, it will delete the old databases, and then it will generate the new scripts. As I told you, it will get me new scripts, and this is why I just deleted the old ones. Those were generated yesterday, and we will see here three new SQL scripts after he starts. Okay, so the installation is done. Now he takes care of the certificates. It normally goes directly to the certificate authority and requests a new certificate, and then comes back with that certificate to our server and binds it to the Citrix broker service. But we will see that after it's installed. Do it like this. I believe we will see how the SQL scripts will be copied over. So now it's cleaning up the SQL Server. It's taking the databases offline. It executes the drop command, and then it deletes the files from. So those files you can find. I don't know the location. I don't remember the location, but I will show you in the playbook at the end of the video, if I don't forget. Now we are generating the scripts. So we are on the DDC, and we should be seeing a copy action. Okay, so first database script copied, so logging, monitoring, and The site does take a little bit of time. I don't know why it takes so much time because it's only 5 megabyte. But yeah, it takes a little bit of time. And after this, so after it copies them on the Ansible node, the next task will be to copy them on the SQL Server because on the SQL Server, so it starts. So the copying started. It runs the PowerShell with a different user, so not with the same user that I'm used to install the software on the DDC. It installs with it creates the databases with an SQL um, DB owner or sysadmin, whatever you want. It will work with both, and it will just create the new databases. This will take a little bit of time. It's also a little bit CPU intensive, at least um, for my home lab. Let's see what's Ansible doing. Okay, so now it's executing the create site. So we are here at new the site, and after that it will also add the licensing server. Let's go back on the SQL. Let me refresh. Okay, yeah, it does take a little bit of time, about a minute or so. But we do have some time. I don't want to refresh too much in the SQL Server so that we do not get any issues during the database creation. Let's see. I will need to implement some kind of logging because this script is executed. This contains that command new the site, um, and I want to see a log of what it's doing because if you run it directly from PowerShell, it will show you a lot of things, and I should definitely implement a login. Okay, so the site is being created now. It configures the licensing server. I hope it will not fail here because I did have an issue yesterday. Um, but let's see. I implemented that if the oh, no, the licensing is okay. If the configuring of the licensing server fails, it should try 3 times. Ah, yeah, and at the last point, I also implemented to add two new administrators. So let's see. Okay, so let's first take a look at the database. Go properties, we should see the time of today. So okay, so 21. We just 4 minutes ago, we just recreated. We created the database exactly as we should with the correct collation, and under options, we should all see that set to true is red committed. Okay, set to true. Okay, so the databases are created. Basically, the installation is completely finished. Now let's check it out. So as you can see, this is the first time my user logs in because it just got a new a new profile. Okay, so let's see. I just want to see how the CPU does. It's at 100. Yeah. Anti-malware is eating up all my CPU. Let me see, can I disable it completely? Yes, yes, just for testing purposes, but it will not stop. Yeah, I believe I will uninstall Defender completely because for me it's not okay. And because it's eating up all my CPU, if I want to start now Studio, maybe I will get an issue, but let's wait a little bit. Until then, yeah, I can use PowerShell. We can do a minimal check. Come on. Okay, we can get broker DB connection, for example. Okay, so we are connected. We can get broker installed DB version. Okay, so we are at the version that we wanted to be. Okay, but let me see how does the CPU go. Still 100%. And let me try, can I end this? Stop, of course. Access denied. Okay, let me try to start Studio. I need to give this DDC more virtual CPUs. Okay, so we are in business. New install. The licensing, maybe here we will have that warning that the certificate is not trusted, but it is, because on the licensing server I do have certificate issued for this domain. Okay, so we are in trial version, and as I told you, I also, after the site was created, I have configured two additional administrators. So this is a user and this is a group, and I made them administrators. Yeah, anything else is blank. I didn't configure anything, even though we can configure using the nice auto config tool, but I didn't use that now. I just wanted to create a new site from zero. And yeah, I can also show you that we have a valid certificate. Which one is this one? DDC01. Yeah, it shows not secure, but it is because I don't have the root on my on my on my computer. But if we go here under certificate, we should see, where is that? No. Yeah, I hate this view in the browser. Let me go in the on the machine itself. Where is it? DC. Okay, so in the in my personal store, so this one is generated during the installation by Citrix, and this is the one that we applied, and it's good for server and client authentication. And we have our trusted root, and everything looks fine. Okay, thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you like this type of videos. And yeah, good luck on creating your own scripts. You already have a lot of information from my side. Um, the documentation is available on Citrix. You just need to, for example, search for Citrix SDK new XS site, and you will get to this article. Okay, goodbye.